teachers for that subject? Or is it an ICT we are talking of? How many teachers are computer literate? You see, so society, yes, expects so much from the teacher to provide instructional and academic leadership, to provide instructional and academic leadership in terms of content, imparting knowledge. They also expect social demands from the teacher, get the words to align to social norms of the society, so that when they fall short of it, the deviant ones are punished. There's also the moral demand, there's the fiscal demand. But the facilities to get these demands into practical practice that will benefit the children, to enable them, solve and contribute to societal problems, is hardly inadequate. So we hope that, as we have said repeatedly in this program, the government should continue to ensure that minimum budgetary allocation UNESCO has said, 26%, they should work towards it. They should show that commitment. And not only providing the resources, they should also monitor how the resources are used. Because the current trend in education finance now is not the quantum of money that is released, but how effectively is this money utilized to meet set goals.
Yes.
So society, as I said, yes, they set standards for all professions, and that of the teacher should not be an exception.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chinuna. Dr. Joga, you made a very serious point in appreciating some of these challenges of the teacher, the demands on the teacher. So what society, as we have just we all agree, society set the space. You are in curriculum development. To develop the curriculum, the teacher now has to implement this curriculum. What is the way out? What can society do? What could be done? This is a challenge faced by teachers. Teachers are product of the society. Society is making these demands. What do you think? What's the way out?
Thank you so much. First of all, let me say that there must be a balance between what is expected of teachers and what the society offers to teachers. So much is expected of teachers, and so much must be offered to them. Now, what are the things that should be offered? One, we need to look into very seriously pre-service training that is offered to teachers. Two, we need to also look into continuing education or continuing training. Today, lots of our teachers do not benefit from continuous training.
Exactly.
As soon as they graduate, they get into teaching.
All.
That is the end.
That's all.
But they are dealing with an area that is very fluid. We are in an era of knowledge explosion when virtually every day things are changing. The knowledge of today by tomorrow becomes absolute.
Yes.
So teachers must be exposed to continuous training. But unfortunately, in this country, our teachers do not benefit from training. For example, we'll soon go on a vacation, and teachers have about 2 months, to stay at home. Government wouldn't use that period to provide training for teachers. So continuous training is very important. If teachers need to be at the cutting edge of information to be able to provide the very best to our children, then they must be exposed to training. Number 3, the working conditions. What is the situation of the working conditions? Go to a lot of our schools, go to the staff rooms, you would almost weep. There are no chairs, there are no tables for teachers to write on in most of these schools. Teachers have to check tables, the roofs are leaking, the facilities are not there. Dr. Tenoga just talked about the new SS curriculum. Okay, we have introduced ICT. All our schools, virtually all our schools, do not have computers, do not have electricity. So how are these people going to work? If you want a workman to work and work well, you must provide him with the tools. But the tools are not there for teachers to work with. So that is a big problem. Then problem number 4, salaries. If teachers must give their best, then the society must also give them the best. If you expect teachers to work, to be committed, to give their hearts to what they are doing, like the way it was in those days, in the 70s, even up into the 80s, teachers were committed. Teachers took their work out of the classroom. Teachers even walked into the homes of the children.
Yes.
But today, it's a different ball game,
Yes.
and you can't blame
Altogether,
teachers
yes.
because what they are paid can hardly take them home. So they have to look for other sources to augment, and that takes away all the time they would have given to the learners. So if society wants teachers to give their best, society must look into these 4 areas: the area of in-service training, the area of continuous training education, the area of working conditions, and salaries. So there has to be a balance between what society expects from teachers and what society is offering to teachers.
Thank you very much.
There is an area that is really becoming very worrisome. It is a source of concern to practicing academics, to education policy makers, and even to individual observers. The issue of examination malpractice. This issue, from the way that I have been privileged to see it, is a very, very serious matter, because examination malpractice has become institutionalized in a way in the education system. Now, you'll find that people are not interested in the knowledge they stand to gain in schools anymore. The pupils are interested in how many credits they will take away in their result at the end of their program of study. Parents are interested in the credits their children will take away, irrespective of whether they have the knowledge in their head or not. And because of this, parents have become very desperate. Parents now finance examination malpractice. They willingly finance examination malpractice. But these are the same parents you ask to pay school fees for the same child in a good school, and they will resent it. They will rather spend the money to purchase a certificate for the child, which the child, after all, will not be able to defend. So that is a source of very, very serious concern. And the greatest concern in this area is that the products of examination malpractice are gradually taking positions in the education sector as teachers, as supervisors, as administrators, as school principals, and so on.
So where do we go?
Where do we go from here? So when you see in an institution a teacher is organizing examination malpractice, of course you know that it is not unlikely that that teacher must have benefited from exam malpractice, while he was while he was in school.
Yes.
So it is a vicious cycle that has to be broken. Otherwise, it's very unfortunate. Now, if you get to the university, if you see the post-UME result, you will shed tears for our children. You will see a child who scores 260 in JAM. That child cannot score 30% in post-UME exam. Yeah. And when it is weighted, the result becomes useless. They no longer enter the university. And such parents now resort to carrying the same children to these mushroom private universities springing up here and there, and then, purchase a degree for them. And so they have taken on a very big burden, and they will keep on pushing.
It's a very big problem.
It's unfortunate.
Yes.
By the grace of God, I think I'm privileged to have traversed most the length and breadth of this state when I was the examination marshal. And
talking about our marshal days.
Yes, it's me a lot of exposure to what actually is happening in schools. If you go to many of these schools, in fact, the government has a lot to do. Have 5 or 6 teachers to teach junior and senior secondary. You have just a table with few burette and pipette, which they call lab. I mean, so much. The government has a lot to do. However, Dr. Joga and Dr. Chris has said much about those areas. The area I want to appeal to parents has to do with value reorientation. Let them realize that the best gift they can give to their children is that which nobody can take away from them.
Education.
And that is quality education.
Quality.
Nobody can take it from them. The cars, the houses, whatever they have will come and go. They will become obsolete by the time the children want to get into doing those things. But quality education, nobody can take it away except that. So parents need to revalue what they want to leave behind for their kids that will endure the test of time. Also, they should ensure that they should do a follow-up. It's not enough to pay fees and then leave the rest for teachers. They should do a follow-up, constantly checking what the children are doing and get a follow-back, a follow-back process to the school. That school community relationship should be revived in our schools, and let parents feel free to tell the teacher the type of child is having, and let the teacher also have records of children in his class so that they can share experiences with their parents and see how they can help the children to overcome their challenges.
Thank you very much, Dr. Otenuga. We have looked at the challenges or societal demands of the teacher, found out challenges, problems the teacher faces. You've looked at society as having values, shared values, which they want the teacher to impact to the children. It's the same society that prepares the curriculum which the teacher implement. Teacher is a product of society, so the society should not be so unfair as to make too much demands from the teacher. Society has also her own part to play in making available resources for the teacher to work with. Viewers, that's where we end the program tonight on this topic, the challenges of societal demands of the teacher. Until I come your way next week, bye for now.
Delta Caras College Foreign Universities Placement Program.
Admission into Ghanaian, the UK, South Africa, and the Gambian universities and polytechnics. Academic session is in progress.
Courses are available in engineering, medicine, law, aeronautic engineering, administration, accountancy, banking and finance, social and management sciences, humanities and liberal studies, communication, information technology, and a wide range of courses in every sphere. Admission requirements: 6 or 5 credit passes in 3 core subjects, including English and mathematics, and any 3 relevant subjects with aggregate 20 or better. Or GCE A-level passes in 3 relevant subjects plus 5 O-level GCE or SSC credit passes or OND in relevant field.
For more details about application forms, the universities, polytechnics, etc., contact Delta Careers College, 160 Airport Road, opposite Giwa Amu Junction, Uboroke. Telephone 0806 554 2819, 0805 250 8882. Delta Careers College, only the best.